Hey Dan. Now that the Death Star plans have been successfully stolen and handed over to Princess Leia, we're going to keep going with the next mission at TAC Base in the city of Talay, which starts the original story that features in this game. Now, once you go into the mission, there is a cutscene, and I'll let it play through, and I'll mostly stay silent, but add a few thoughts here and there.
Kyle delivers the plans to the Rebel Alliance. Soon afterwards, the Death Star is destroyed. But even as the Alliance celebrates this victory, another sinister plot is set in motion that will become an even greater concern for the Rebellion.
There we see the Executor, Darth Vader's flagship Superstar Destroyer.
The Emperor has approved your test demonstration, General Monk.
Thank you, Lord Vader. What I unveil today will mark a new era for the Empire. We will be able to decimate the rebels just as we did the Jedi Knights. At last, the Emperor's war will be filled only with the glory and beauty of decisive victory.
A noble cause, General. I hope the demonstration lives up to your claims. Proceed.
With pleasure. Dark Trooper, release.
So here we see the release of the experimental Dark Troopers, who are combat droids. That's right, long before the prequel movies came out, which of course featured plenty of combat droids serving the Trade Federation in the war against the clone troopers. Here we see robotic stormtroopers being used to attack a rebel base. The so-called Dark Troopers seem to be much more effective than the combat droids of the Trade Federation.
Very impressive, General. The Emperor will be most pleased. Continue with your project.
Certainly, Lord Vader.
Then again, the clone troopers were generally more effective than the stormtroopers, though it sort of depends on which piece of media you're looking at.
Thank you, Commander, for responding at such short notice. The Empire has been keeping us on the run since the destruction of the Death Star. 5 days ago, the Empire attacked one of our secret bases in the city of Talay.
This is TAC Base to anybody out there. Please, we're under Imperial attack. There was no fighting at all. Total devastation. They broke through our shield.
A little bit of recycled footage from Return of the Jedi there.
TAC Base was destroyed within minutes. Many innocent people in the surrounding city, as well as the rebel staff, were killed. Intelligence thinks that this may be an act of retaliation for the destruction of the Death Star.
Interesting. This looks like it could be a normal Imperial attack, except for those sounds.
Very perceptive, Commander. I know you understand that all we discuss here is classified. This Imperial officer, Crix Medine, wishes to defect to the Alliance. He has supplied us with information on the development of a new Imperial weapon. Those sounds you heard, we believe, come from that weapon. A new type of stormtrooper, the Dark Trooper.
A new stormtrooper that can take out a rebel base that quickly? I should have kept working for the Empire.
The Rebel Command is not taking this lightly. They have authorized me to hire you to find out if there is a threat, and if there is, to shut it down. That is, if you are still on our side.
This could be interesting. Alright, I'm in. But I think I'll need some help on this one. I want Jan Ors as my mission officer.
Certainly. Then I will let Jan brief you further on your mission objectives. Thank you, Commander, and may the Force be with you.
Of course, Crix Medine does show up in Return of the Jedi, working with the Rebellion, which puts this story as being in between the 4th and 5th episodes. So we get a quick little briefing here from Jan Ors, basically letting us know that the city has come under attack and there's no power. So our first objective is going to be returning power by activating the hydroelectric plant. After that, we are to look for any evidence of this so-called Dark Trooper project. All right, let's get into the mission. Now you can head into this little darkened area. You can either use your infrared goggles or turn on your little headlamp, but I find it's better to move around this way, into the back, and head up this section here. And if you're quick on this level, you can actually get the drop on quite a few stormtroopers and other Imperial officers. You can see how there's quite a lot of these dark areas, such as here, where you need to use your goggles. And if you're using your goggles, the enemies won't be able to see you. That's with them off. And so you can actually use that to your advantage quite handily. Now, there's also quite a few corpses around, so this is a bit of a morbid level. But let's head back out. And as you can see, there are quite a few doors that won't open for you until power has been restored. So what you want to do is move forward here and across this bridge. There are a lot of stormtroopers sort of waiting around every corner here. There's an officer up there. And we can have a quick look around the corner. There we go. And that's where we need to go to continue on with the mission, but of course we can't cross that gap until we've activated the power, so we'll head back the other way, take care of that stormtrooper, grab a couple of these shields in here. You can see a lot of the stormtroopers will sort of blend in with the backgrounds on this level. With the very gray, plain walls. And we'll pick up a few of these shields and other items in here. Now, the next place we need to get to is basically a tavern. I believe this is the entrance here. Now, if you turn on your goggles, you'll be able to see quite a few stormtroopers in there who can be taken out. And since the room is pitch black, or very close to it, if you're using the infrared goggles instead of the headlamp, you can really get the drop on people here. So I'd say it's generally in your best interest to have picked up the infrared goggles in the first level. But there is also an opportunity to get them here. There we go. So heading out the back of the tavern there, and taking out that stormtrooper. What we're going to do is head across these, this sort of three-armed turbine here. Activate that switch, and that activates the hydroelectric system. Now we're going to sort of sneak around the back of this little walkway here, gently and carefully. Can help to look down at the ground to do that. And this is another place where you can pick up the infrared goggles if you didn't get them on the first level. And now you can either make a successful dash across the arm when it's in the correct position, or else you will fall down and you will have to swim back to an earlier part of the level. There we are. Alright, I'm taking a running leap up there, so now you can see all the lights are back on, and everything that is electric, like the doors, will now work. Before we leave this little tavern, though, there is a secret compartment, I think, yes, there, just behind the bar, which is a good place to pick up some extra ammunition if you need it, and a health pack. Very good, little secret area there. Now we're going to head back to this other side. You can see the doors now open, but most of the buildings have been blasted apart, so you can either get in them through the broken walls or through the doors, which now work. Yes, so to get that little bridge in position, you need to come over to this door, which would not have opened earlier without the power on. Take out these agents here. There we are. And looks like we've got somebody shooting at us from across the way, is that right? Yes. Can be helpful when you're doing long-distance shots to switch back to the Briar pistol, which is, generally speaking, just a touch more accurate over long distances. There we go. And activate that switch. I always thought these looked like little faces, you know, like there's one green eye and then sort of a nose and a mouth just off to the right. But what that does is move that barrier into position, or that little walkway. Coming back here, you can run across, activate another one of those little face switches, which will move the walkway to the other side again. And here you can press the C button to crawl and get underneath that doorway there. That fella got real close. Very good. So we almost ran past those stormtroopers because, again, they really blend in to all of this gray. Now there is another secret area around this side. I'm just going to pick up some of this ammunition here. But if you look at this wall, so just underneath where that little window is up above, let's see if I can eliminate that guy. There's a few others coming to the window. So you can see where there's sort of this break in the way the wall looks. So crawl down, or crouch down, press spacebar, and then either with your headlamp or your infrared goggles, you can pick up the weapon supercharge. Head back out. And let's see how well this works. Yep, we were being shot in the other direction. There we go. And as you can see, it speeds up the rate of fire, so if you're using the Stormtrooper rifle, you have this extremely rapid fire effect, which can definitely clear a room quickly, but can also empty out your ammunition. It lasts for, I think, about 30 seconds, 60 seconds. Very good. We'll head up this way, up the stairs, to the second level. It's going to be a good time to be practicing your strafing with the Alt key. I was going to say you enter into this building, or this room here, but sure enough someone was leaving. And there on the ground is a weapon used by the Dark Troopers.
Jan? Go ahead, Kyle.
Looks like I found something that can help us out.
Get back to the landing pad and I'll meet you there.
And now our task is to backtrack through the level, which will have fresh enemies. Now we'll also want to go into this room here. Because there are a few things to pick up here. As well as a couple of enemies. And the last secret on this level you access by crouching down behind this desk. There's another one of these little activation panels, and that opens up this little secret area right here. Alright, let's see if we can get back to Jan at the landing zone in one piece. So we're just going to head back the way we came. There are going to be some fresh stormtroopers along the way. But it should be a bit easier coming than it was going. And let's actually jump in here for a moment as well. Grab a few of those shields. Now I think, just opening up the map here, I think that you can follow this river back for a decent amount as sort of a way of passing by... Oh, no, wait, I was very, very wrong, because there is a grate here, yes. Alright, well, let's head on back. Now, when you're working against the current, it can be helpful to just sort of jump out of the water, just like that, to help propel yourself forward. Alright. So we will once again cross this moving walkway here. I'm definitely much more interested in speed than lethality at this point, but, well, I mean, it never hurts to get rid of a few more Imperials. Alright, get inside here, cross the tunnel. Just have to jump up on that one. Open up the door. Back inside. Okay, so I believe there's actually... Yes, there's some stuff hidden in here as well. Some shields, an extra life, medkits. Of course, you can't get into that earlier because the door won't open when the power is off. And now what we want to do is just drop down here. Get rid of those fellows there. Very good. And just scoot on back to the landing zone. Very good. And just hit escape to exit. Alright, Dan, well, that's the second mission of Dark Forces, as well as our first clue into the mystery of the Dark Troopers. From here, we'll continue with Kyle Katarn and Jan Ors, trying to find out more information about this new threat to the Rebellion. Alright, Dan. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.